The Union Cemetery in eastern Connecticut is a place shrouded in mystery and fear. Nestled among ancient trees and crumbling tombstones, it has long been a site of eerie whispers and unsettling shadows. But among all the tales of hauntings, none is more chilling than that of the White Lady. It was a foggy autumn evening when Ed and Lorraine Warren arrived at the cemetery. They had received countless reports of sightings of the White Lady, a ghostly figure in a flowing white dress, who was said to appear suddenly before disappearing into the night. Locals claimed she was the spirit of a woman who had met a tragic end, wandering the graveyard in search of peace. Armed with their usual array of paranormal investigation tools, the Warrens set up cameras, voice recorders, and EMF detectors around the cemetery. Lorraine, a renowned clairvoyant, immediately sensed a heavy presence as they walked among the graves. The air was thick with sorrow and unease. As the night deepened, a dense mist rolled in, enveloping the graveyard in an almost impenetrable shroud. The Warrens began their vigil, calling out to the spirit and asking for a sign. Hours passed with only the sounds of the night, rustling leaves and distant owl hoots accompanying their efforts. Just as they were about to pack up, Lorraine froze, her eyes wide and unblinking. "She's here," she whispered. Ed turned, following her gaze to a distant part of the cemetery where the mist seemed to swirl unnaturally. Slowly a figure began to take shape, translucent at first, then gradually more solid. It was the White Lady. She floated above the ground, her dress billowing as if caught in an unseen breeze. Her face was a mask of sorrow, eyes hollow and searching. Ed raised his camera, snapping pictures rapidly while Lorraine tried to communicate with the spirit. "Why are you here?" Lorraine asked gently. "What keeps you bound to this place?" The White Lady's mouth moved, but no sound came out. Instead, the air grew colder, and the EMF detectors began to spike erratically. Lorraine took a step closer, her breath visible in the frigid air. She reached out a hand, and for a moment, it seemed as though the spirit might reach back. Suddenly, a piercing scream shattered the silence, echoing through the cemetery. The White Lady's form flickered violently before dissolving into the mist. The ground beneath the Warrens trembled, and a sense of dread washed over them. Something else was there, something darker and more malevolent. Determined to uncover the truth, the Warrens delved deeper into the history of Union Cemetery. They discovered that the White Lady was believed to be the spirit of a woman named Elizabeth, who had been brutally murdered in the 1800s. Her killer was never found, and her restless spirit had been seeking justice ever since. The Warrens decided to perform a cleansing ritual to help Elizabeth find peace. They returned to the cemetery the following night, equipped with holy water, blessed objects, and Lorraine's unwavering faith. As they began the ritual, the temperature plummeted, and an oppressive darkness seemed to gather around them. Lorraine called out to Elizabeth, urging her to let go of her pain and move towards the light. As she spoke, the White Lady appeared once more, her form shimmering with an ethereal glow. The air crackled with energy, and the ground beneath them seemed to hum with an otherworldly vibration. With a final heart-wrenching wail, the White Lady began to dissolve, her spirit ascending into the night sky. The oppressive darkness lifted, and the cemetery returned to its eerie yet peaceful state. The Warrens knew that Elizabeth had finally found the peace she had long sought. But as they packed up their equipment, Ed noticed something odd in one of the photographs he had taken. In the background, barely visible, was the shadowy figure of a man, watching them with cold, hollow eyes. It seemed that while Elizabeth's spirit had been laid to rest, the true darkness that lurked in Union Cemetery was far from vanquished. The Warrens left Union Cemetery with a sense of both accomplishment and unease. They knew that their work was far from over, and that the mysteries of the paranormal world held many more terrors yet to be uncovered.